teachers, members of the extended Damai community. I'm delighted to join all of you this evening for the celebration of the school's 15th anniversary. Although 15 years is a short time in the history of a good school, Damai has done remarkably well during this period. 15 years ago, Bedok Reservoir was very different. The area was very different from what it is today. In 1994, when the school was established, the catchment here was not as middle class as it is today. I remember first becoming responsible for Bedok Reservoir as an MP in early '97. There were many more social problems at that time. Since then, in the last 15 years, Singapore as a whole has made great strides, overcoming the challenges of the Asian financial crisis, September 11, and SARS. And Bedok Reservoir has seen significant improvements. Most parts have been or are being renovated. The nearby HDB estate has gone through major transformation, becoming quite a beautiful neighborhood. All HDB blocks have had their lifts upgraded, or soon will be. The HUDC estate at Waterfront was privatized, then sold for redevelopment. In a few years' time, there will be many more condos on the shorefront. The opening up of Bedok Reservoir for recreational use is transforming all aspects of our life here. Before membrane technology, PUB was naturally reluctant to let members of the public use the water body for sports or recreation. All that has changed. The entire reservoir area has become a hive of activities on the water and around it. Dragon boat and kayaking have become very popular. Wakeboarding and remote control boating are also attracting more interest. Reservoir Village near here is being reoriented towards the water and will become a happening place. A floating platform was built 2 years ago. Near Temasek Poly, an adventure course has been opened. And on 9 November this year, on the 20th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, a 16-foot segment of it will be unveiled just a short distance from here. I jog with some friends around the reservoir from time to time and can see for myself how the entire environment is steadily changing and improving. As more facilities are added, the Bedok Reservoir area will grow in value and become more upmarket. Thus, we can expect Damai Secondary School's student catchment to continue improving in the coming years. With such favorable conditions, Damai Secondary School should strive to become an excellent school in Singapore. In the last 15 years, the principals and teachers have laid a strong foundation. We thank the previous principals, Dr. James Ong, Mrs. Chia Ban Tin, and Mr. Loh Chong Meng, all of whom I'm very pleased to see being here this evening. Mr. To Tiam Chai, the present principal, and all the teachers, past and present, for the good work that they have done. It is right that Damai Secondary School has always emphasized the importance of character development, because that is fundamental. Unless students grow up to become upright citizens, we can't say that they have been well educated. Knowledge alone is never enough. The school has developed a tradition of working with charities like the Handicaps Welfare Association and the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Both teachers and students have benefited greatly from understanding and helping those much less fortunate than themselves. I also know that the school makes a serious effort to be part of the local community. I was delighted to learn of the Sports Mural project which involves students in painting murals depicting Youth Olympic Games events on the walls at HDB void decks. To show their appreciation for this work, a number of companies will be making donations for the welfare of needy families living in our area. And all this strengthens the moral education of our students. Especially during this period, with the global economy in crisis, the moral character of our people will be put to the test. Going through hard times can either strengthen or weaken us. Will never stay the same. If there's a strong sense of mutual obligation, of solidarity, of affection, Singaporeans will not only pull through, will emerge stronger and more united. And as we make sure that no student in Damai is unable to concentrate on his studies because of financial hardship, we must also make sure that no Singaporean is left behind during this crisis. When the crisis is over, the world will be a different place. There will be many more centers of political, economic, and cultural influence in the world. China and India will become big powers in the future. Russia and Brazil will also play major roles. The Middle East, as a major supplier of oil and gas to the world, will be important to us. So too emerging markets in Africa and Latin America. We must prepare for a different world in which we make a living and safeguard our security. Our students should anticipate the changes so that they are well prepared for them. Learning languages is an obvious example, but we do not only need to speak different languages, we must also understand different cultures and political systems. And here again, Damai is swimming with the tide. The school has been active in establishing exchanges with other countries. A few years ago, I was involved in one of these with a school in Pekanbaru in Sumatra. In 2006, Damai started sending students for immersion programs in Sichuan province, the Tongpo Middle Experimental School in the city of Meishan. And now I hear that the school has an interest in Vietnam. I've told Damai principal, Mr. To, that I'd be delighted to hook him up with a school in central Vietnam, a part of this country which I visited recently. And central Vietnam is a new center of growth, which we in Singapore should take a greater interest in addition to the Hanoi area and Ho Chi Minh area. Vietnam already has many students studying in Singapore. To overcome the obstacle of distance, we must make maximum use of technology. And information technology enables us to do so much more from our school, workplace, and home, even on the move.